to this new life that it has been a while. And then my cons kind of like come in. I just don't want to be that person. I just have to be patient with myself. A non-conventional person. Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Chloe and I am a writer and a musician on here. Today I feel very weird because I haven't done a sit down video in a while, and by the way I am just wearing like a really strappy top. I don't know what you call them. But yeah, so you can probably tell from the title and the mug here with me that I am doing yet another coffee talk. I feel like I haven't really sat down for a while to do like a massive update, and to be honest, a lot of things have changed that I need to talk about, and I'm going to talk about them whilst drinking this coffee because, like I said, there are just a lot of different things that I need to talk about. A lot of new like life updates and big life changes that I just need to talk about and get off my chest. It's honestly, it's been a while since I've done like an actual sit down video, so I've kind of forgotten how to do it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going to drink my coffee and we are going to start talking about all of the life things going on right now. And this is something that I have touched on before, kind of, but I don't think I've done it in like a sit down video like this, and that is that I am struggling quite a bit with the transition from education into like adulthood and adult life. And to be honest, when I did my last coffee talk, so coffee talk 11, this was something that I didn't think about. Like, I didn't think it would be like a massive adjustment. Like, well, honestly, I knew that it was going to be a massive adjustment, but I don't think I realised just how much of an adjustment and transition it would be. Like, I don't think I really realised the full extent of it, you know. Oh, and if you're interested, yes, this is my second coffee of the day, so I think I'm going to be a little bit hyper later. I'm not used to having 2 coffees in a day. It's not just the transition either. There are like a lot of different aspects to it that kind of come with adult life, and you know, that's obviously working at my part-time job. I will get to that later on in the video, but it's not just about this transition and me adapting to this new life, because like I said, there are a lot of different aspects to it. There are lots of different things that I am trying to balance in this new life. I'm gonna do that a lot, so apologies in advance. So the things that I'm having to try and learn to balance in this like new life, this new adult life, are work, so my part-time job, house chores, and my writing, which I'm going to get to later on in the video, and then video production as well, so things like this, and then music, so like writing music and everything like that, and music production, so it kind of goes in all together, which I will also talk about later on in this video. But at the moment I'm just finding that I don't have everything as balanced out as I want it to be, but I know that it's going to be like a whole sort of journey trying to figure out what works for me, which I'm going to get on to a bit later in a bit. So at the moment my life is just kind of focused on transitioning into this new life, this new era for me, and trying to find balance with all the things that I do and want to do. And then kind of going off of that, I've also spent a lot of time just thinking about my different like career routes and career paths, because obviously the main areas for me are music and media, and I've just kind of been thinking a lot about which would make more sense to actually go into like career-wise, like job-wise in the future. And to me, it just wouldn't make sense to it wouldn't make sense to go into a media career or job, because I have been doing music for a lot longer and I feel like I'm a lot more qualified in music. Like I feel like I just have more qualifications and knowledge to be able to go into the music industry as opposed to the media industry. And that's just because I've been doing music since I was 7. I started like singing and songwriting when I was 7, bearing in mind that when I was 7 it was obviously terrible and I honestly can't remember what I wrote. I just remember I was a really bad singer, and since then my skills have definitely developed, and that just kind of reminds me that, oh, when you sing you warm your voice up, and I'm just like, well, it's like when you talk a lot you should warm your voice up as well. Did I do that for this video? No. Oh, but the other thing I forgot to mention is that this coffee is like a caramel latte. Kind of within the music industry there are a lot of different pathways as well, which I don't think a lot of people realise. Like when you don't work or know anything about the industry, there are 4 different main pathways. You've got business, you've got performance, production and technology. For myself, I have narrowed that down to 2. Obviously business I have no interest in. Yeah, it is important to know the basic music business, but in terms of my actual career, no thanks. And then performance, yeah, that is something I would love to do, but it's not something that I want to do soon, you know, and so I've kind of narrowed that down to production and technology. And production is like composing, writing, that sort of stuff, and that is something that I really want to do more of, which I will get to very soon. And then that kind of leads on to my next point, which I've kind of just touched on, and that is that it has been a while since I've done any music, and I know why. It's because recently I've just been so focused on writing that I just haven't had time for anything music related or anything like that, and that's probably why my music related content has kind of dropped a bit, and I bet some people are happy about that, because I feel like this channel is mainly like writing and lifestyle content, but that is also something I'm going to be talking about as well. And so because I haven't really been able to do music recently, I have really missed it, and I have really wanted to get back into it, because obviously now that I've kind of realised that I either want to go into either music tech or production, I actually need to be doing more of it and just practicing it, and doing what I can and learning more, watching more YouTube videos about Ableton and everything like that. By the way, Ableton is like a digital audio workstation, or DAW. How do you hold a mug? Yeah, I really want to be able to write more music and play more of my guitar, because I have been playing guitar for 7-8 years now, I think, probably verging on 8 years. I just haven't really had the time recently to do all of that, and I just really want to get back into it. And then I feel like for the past however long, I've just been talking about music, but that's just because it's a big part of my life, and that kind of leads me on to my next point. I have been thinking about my second channel for a while now, and what I want to do with it, if I still want to like have it. Yeah, it's still kind of there, I'm just not doing anything with it, and that's just kind of what I've been thinking about, like what I want to do with it and everything like that. You know, because I've been missing music so much, it kind of makes sense that I would be thinking about my music channel more. I think I'm like a third through my coffee. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do with my second channel and kind of just the future of it, because it would be nice to you know, start that up again. You know, it would be nice because then I would have a whole separate place for all of my music content and music related content. So things like my new music discoveries would move over there if I did decide to start up the channel again. Like, they're all of the pros, and then the cons kind of like come in, because you kind of have to think about every aspect of these sort of things. Yeah, I've kind of just moved my hair about because it was annoying me. One, running a second channel is a lot of work, and it would take a lot of time away from, and like I was saying, it would take a lot of time away from this channel and running this channel, and it would mean that I would kind of have to step back from something as well to find the time for that second channel. And so because of all of these different things, I'm really not sure if this is something I want to do just yet, because I am still kind of finding my feet with everything, trying to balance out everything else, and I don't want to be adding anything else to that mix. But then there are a lot of things changing anyway, so there might be a way for me to kind of incorporate working on my second channel again. But I know that like I will have to like take a step back from this channel and just do like one video a week and do like only 4 videos a month, which is like 1 video a week, and then I would do the same over on my music channel. So I would still technically be doing 2 videos a week, but 1 video will be on this channel and then the second would be on my music channel. And I feel like that's twice the work, and it really is, because I would be spending more time editing, I would be spending more time doing all of my music for that channel, and it would take away from the time that I spend on this channel and even writing and everything like that. So, you know, from this point forward, I do have a lot to think about regarding my music channel, and if it's something that I really want, and if, you know, the pros outweigh the cons. And so that is everything music related out of the way. I feel like that was probably one of the biggest things I needed to just get off my chest. I always feel so good for doing these videos because I'm just able to talk and get everything off my chest. We are going to move on from the topic of music and talk about something that I kind of talked about in my previous coffee talk. I'm going to be referencing that the 11th one quite a lot, so I'm going to make sure to leave that linked up in the cards on this side. I always forget which side it is. And so, like, one of the big things that I talked about in my previous one was my plans for the future and, you know, what my next steps were. I don't know why I'm doing that, I really don't. I think I mentioned that for the summer I would be staying at my current part-time job and starting to look around for full-time jobs. Back then, when I did that coffee talk, I honestly didn't know anything about what job I wanted to go into, what industry, and obviously since then I've thought about it quite a lot and kind of come to a conclusion. And since that's kind of changed, the plan is to stay at my current part-time job with increased hours. Obviously, like I talked about in that coffee talk, I'm just going to be staying there for the foreseeable future and hopefully earn as much money as possible, learn to drive and all of that. So it'll be for all things driving, so lessons and tests and a car and the insurance. The insurance is going to be the most expensive part, and my parents have already kind of said to me that they will help me, like, I think 1, look for cars or look for a car, and then 2, help me like pay for it. So that's the one thing that I don't have to worry about as much. Also, just to start saving what I can for moving out in the next few years, because I'm 20, like I would love to move out in the next few years because I don't want to be that person who's like ends up 30 and still living with her parents. I just don't want to be that person. Like, I want to experience living on my own in the next few years, obviously. And well, I won't be living completely on my own. I'll be living with like my boyfriend, who I've been with for almost 2.5 years now. That's crazy, actually crazy. You'd probably think I've run out of coffee. No, I have not. But kind of going to like everything right now, I have been kind of struggling with this transition from college / education to adult life and adulthood and this new era for me. And I'm also just kind of struggling with routine and my schedule as well, because obviously a lot of things have changed, and that's meant that, you know, I'm having to change my routine and my schedule to kind of fit with what I'm doing now. It is difficult, but I know that over time I will start to like develop more of a routine and a schedule, and over time I will just establish a routine. I just have to be patient with myself. Unfortunately, right now as I am filming this, I'm currently in self-isolation. I actually did a couple of vlogs all about my self-isolation, so I'm going to leave them linked up in the cards as well. Trying to establish a routine and a new schedule is not possible for me right now. I'm just kind of taking this time as a bit of a holiday, even though I shouldn't. I'm not ill. The reason why I'm actually self-isolating along with the rest of my family is because someone in the household has tested positive for COVID-19, and obviously we just want to be safe. So yeah, we're all self-isolating, and my vlogs about my self-isolation will kind of go into a bit more detail about everything. But that is why I haven't really been able to establish much of a routine yet. But I feel like one of the things I should mention is that I have kind of started developing a routine. It's just not very well established yet, and I've kind of noticed my work schedule is going to be pretty similar every week. Like when I was still in college, it would be that I would work Wednesday and Thursday evening, and kind of since then, because I'm able to work more hours, all I've really done, like my extra hours most of the time, are Monday and Tuesday evening as well. And so I'm hoping that it kind of just stays that way and is pretty much the same every week, because I would be quite happy if it just stayed similar every week, because I'm such a routine person and I rely so much on a routine. And yeah, so when things do go back to normal, once we're all out of self-isolation, I will be able to develop that routine and my schedule. How many times can I say that? I honestly don't know. I just have to be patient with myself. Kind of just explore different things and try out new things. That kind of goes on to my next point. So things to try, things like I can be doing things like time batching. So like when I say time batching, it will be things like filming. I don't like to film sporadically, so what I will do is I will plan a day to be like a filming day, and I would just film videos on that day. And that's kind of like what I mean with time batching. I generally tend to film more than one video on days when I sit down to film. Like today I'm going to be filming another video as well, which I think goes up after this one. And then other things I can try out are things like calendar blocking and dedicated days, which kind of goes with time batching as well, because it'll be like, for example, this is just like a general idea. So Monday will be like a video day where I'm just editing and everything like that. Then Tuesday maybe a writing day, Wednesday music production day, and then Thursday another writing day, Friday video production in the morning, and then writing in the afternoon / evening. And that's kind of what I mean with time blocking as well, because they all kind of go together. and they are all going to be things that like I try over a period of time, and I'm also going to vlog myself doing them so you can get an idea of what works for me, and I can get an idea of what works for me as well and what doesn't, and how I can be more productive with my time and more organised. And so because of that, yes, there is going to be like a whole series about me trying to organise my life. And then also kind of going back to like this whole struggle with transition between education and adult life and employment. Because of that, I have been doing like a lot of reflecting in the past however many weeks. Oh my god, it's been a month. It's been a whole month since I finished college, like by the time I'm filming right now. And it's mainly just been like reflecting all of the years that I've spent in college. If you didn't know, I've been in college for 4 years. When I say college, I mean UK college, not university or American college. American college is university, you know what I mean? When generally people only spend 2 years in college and usually do like a level 3 course for like 2 years and then go off to uni. That's a very conventional way in like England and UK and whatnot. But I've always been like a very non-conventional person. I've definitely made the decision that I'm never going to uni, and instead I spent 4 whole years in college. My first year was a foundation course because straight after school, like, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. And then after that, my second year was a level 2 music course, and then my third year, was it my third year? Yeah, my third year went on to level 3 music and did the first year of that. And then my fourth year, no, I didn't decide to do the second year of music. Instead, I did a year on the level 3 media course. I really didn't like the classmates in my level 3 music course, and I just wanted to get away. But looking back at it now, I do kind of regret not going on to that second year of music, and I really wish I had done it. But then I don't regret going on to the media course because I have learned a lot from it to like help me further my YouTube stuff and YouTube production, everything like that. And so I learned a lot about that, and I kind of want to do like a whole video on everything that I learned in my media course to help me with my YouTube channel. I feel like that would be kind of an interesting video actually. Let me know if you're interested. But then the thing is, if I had gone on to that second year of level 3 music, I would not have been able to do a media course. And so I think just everything happens for a reason. Everything happened for a reason, and I just kind of have to accept that. And I kind of have. And even though I kind of regret it, even though I kind of regret my choices, like there's nothing I can do now, just because I reckon that in the far future, I will kind of just find out why. You know, it happened, it is what it is. As my boyfriend would say, I know that what happened in college and like my transition from music to media will somewhat help me in the future, like moving forward with my channel and my music channel as well, and just everything like that. I know I will benefit from everything. And to be honest, the thing is, because of COVID and the pandemic last year, I think if I had stayed on the music course, I would have really struggled with like equipment at home, because a lot of last year was at home, and I would have struggled with that, because I mean, I have the equipment now, but there are still things that I would need if I would have progressed onto the second year of level 3 music. I'm sorry this video is so long. I feel like I've just had a really good chat. It's like just having a coffee break with a friend, you know. I feel like these videos are just always very casual and chatty. Kind of going back to like this whole transition and, you know, this transitioning into this new era of my life. Era, I don't really know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, how it's actually pronounced, but just with all of that, I have been feeling just very overwhelmed right now because of like all of the changes in my life and all of these big decisions that I have to make. It is very overwhelming. Also, just kind of going back to like this whole music thing, I feel like all I've really talked about is music and how much I miss it and regret not going on to the second year of level 3 music. I feel like that's all I'm really talking about, like music. I feel like I'm not really talking about anything else, but to be honest, it kind of just goes back to what I was saying at the beginning about my career and, you know, that I want to go into music, and I feel like that's just kind of like the main theme of this. Big life changes, big decisions to make, and, you know, just thinking about my career and how to kind of like get down that path, you know. But then because of that, I have been feeling like, would I say it's like this feeling of guilt? I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I know that in order to focus on music, I would have to kind of take a step back from writing, and I know that, and it would mean that I won't get as much done on Scarlet Blood Skies that I want to do. And it just kind of feels like I don't have enough time for everything that I want to do. Oh, and if you're wondering, by the way, why I've got scratches on my hand, yeah, that's from my cat. She was with me all night last night. For some reason, she likes to sleep in my bed. And for some reason last night, she just decided to scratch me. I think I do need to take a step back from writing though, because I have been feeling kind of overwhelmed with it. So I feel like I just need to take a step back. I just need to do what feels right for me. And I feel like right now, the best thing for me to do would be to like just take a step back from writing, despite the writer's guilt that I get, and just work on my music. I'm always saying that, you know, at the beginning of my videos, I'm a writer and a musician, but I feel like all you really see is this writing life and, you know, the writing side of everything, but you never get to see like the music side of everything. And to be honest, yes, that's because I just haven't been doing anything in terms of music. And so because of that, yeah, I think I do just need to like take a break and whatnot, focus on other things in my life. I feel like I just kind of burnt myself out during Camp NaNoWriMo, and I need to give myself a break from it all. Yeah, the other thing, or one of the very last things, is that I've definitely noticed a pattern that when I am like focusing on my writing or book work, I'm not really able to work on any of my music stuff or anything like that. And then when I'm working on my music stuff, I'm not able to do any like writing work, and that is something that I also need to work on this year now. Now college is over and I'm no longer in education, and yeah, I'm gonna take this last sip of coffee. I'm actually surprised this has lasted me for this whole video, but then it was quite full at the beginning. And that, my friends, is everything. Like, that is everything that I wanted to talk about today. I feel like I've talked about a lot, so I'm just gonna leave this video here. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified for every single time I upload. All of my social media links will also be down in the description for you to check out, along with all of the other videos that I have mentioned in this. They will also be up in the cards as well. So thank you so much for watching, but if you have gotten to this, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!